What do you mean?
I got you a Miata. You want another Miata?
No, but now I don't have the money to pay for a Miata.
It's fine for you. Many of you may know this used to be my grandma's car, and I have basically turned it into a 300 plus horsepower, 8,000 RPM, super fun street, mountain, and track car. And it's been amazing for the last 6 or 7 years. But she called me up the other day and she's like, I'm tired of my Mini Cooper. It keeps breaking, which checks out. And I want another Miata. So I said, okay, I'll have a look and see if I can find you something. She doesn't know that we already found her a car, and we're gonna set it up for her and give it to her. Intro. The 03 Miata, the updated one. It's been sitting under a tree for a little while, don't worry, but it's got a new top, it runs great, it's a special edition model, and it's very scratched up. So we're gonna sand it down, repaint it, probably gonna look at some of the Ford colors like the Mustang S550 that we had. We're gonna go over and fix some of the interior, clean it up, and turn this thing into a really reliable, fun, and enjoyable car for her to enjoy for years to come. Let's see, last one didn't go so good when I did this. So this is good. Looks like some new plastics here, that's questionable. And then probably a guy did his own service, so he had just the one bolt in here for changing, getting to the oil filter. Looks like some oil, but only like in line with the drain plug. No play. It was a one-owner car, which is really cool. It was in North Carolina for about a year, and then it was in Florida for the rest of its life. So there is zero rust underneath. The NB has so much more chassis bracing than the other Miata as well, than the older NB NAs. Lots of little bracing here. Limited slip. What's good? It's got some Excel G replacement shocks, it looks like. This is an ABS car, which is cool. Everything looks really good. The bolts have zero rust on them. All the zinc coating is still on a lot of the suspension pieces. So that's really nice. No real accidents or crash damage, look. This is what they call the sport exhaust, because it has a stainless tip welded on it. You pay extra for that at Mazda. And it has sport tuned suspension because a sport pack with a 11mm rear sway bar.
Oh, yeah.
That's like embarrassing. It's funny. Someone took care of this thing. I gotta figure out what this oil leak is. I did see at the very top on the valve cover, there's the VVTi solenoid, and that needs a new O-ring. So I added a list to that when I was looking at it, when I was looking to buy it. And this could all be from that because it's a significant amount of oil. So we'll replace that, clean off the bottom of this, see what it looks like. I think this thing is a paint job, driver's seat, or possibly a pair of seats, because I don't know if I'll be able to find just one leather seat because it's got leather. All the servicing, oil change, and all that, and then drive it for a few hundred miles. I'm excited to take the project on and give her something back. Like, she gave me that car, which gives me so much fun, and we'll give her this back and she'll be able to have some fun in this. Okay, so we scored some really clean, obviously very filthy, covered in Florida Mother Nature bust, but they're good doors. There's a small dent that was irreplaceable and fixable without lots of Bondo on the car here. And then we got a BRG rear bumper because there was 2 holes right here and here. I can show you on the car in a minute. And then, oh hi, sanding, working. We got some really clean seats. Unfortunately, I couldn't find any leather ones, so that's kind of where we landed. Had to pull the door card. Got some of this goop in my hair because I was trying to get the mirror disconnect plug Johnny that's in there. That goes all the way up to here. What a pain in the ass. If you have one of these NB2 Miatas, you probably know. So I had to pull a sub out of the door and do that. But now the mirror is disconnected. I've got the other mirror off, prepping for paint. I'm about to swap this wood Nardi in that we got, which is really cool. Gonna get some, I ordered some wood polish for that. So she'll have a nice SE model wood knob. And we're gonna end up swapping this door anyway. Okay, so new door skin. Chelsea already started sanding the car down. Old door skin. So basically I need to pull all this off, window out, all of the speakers and sensors, door handle, all that stuff. Transplant it into the other door, clean the other door, put it on, and then Chelsea can prep that for sanding. Shoo! Killed it. Look at the gloss in this thing. The color is really good. The wing goes here, so don't worry about that. That's the tape line from where the wing went. Look at this. Shoo-wee. You're getting pretty good. Dang, morning after paint. Looks good. Shoo-wee. Glossy boy. Outside for the first look. Look at this thing. Look at the flake in that thing. Dang. What did you learn? Every time you learn something.
I learned I finally went a little too heavy with clear.
Ah, but it looks great. Look at this. Look at this. I mean, it's not perfect, but damn. Gearbox back in, rear main doesn't leak. So far, so good. We were questionable because we didn't pull the oil pan for it. I didn't realize you needed to. Rear main seal, you have to pull the oil pan in these as well.
Or maybe you don't.
Oh yeah, or maybe you don't. Supposed to. This boot was torn. I drove it around yesterday without it. Yeah, that's not doing very much. So I got a new one of those. I also put a new shift bushing in there. Yeah, this is like the only isolator to stop every bit of sound and rattling coming through here. If your Miata gets hot when you're shifting or when you're near the shifter or any of that stuff, it's 10 out of 10, definitely that. Ah, of course, the radiator leaked. So, it's leaking out of the core right here. We're gonna go ahead and pull this radiator. I ordered another one from AutoZone. I've already started. I'm really bad at filming this stuff late. I'm gonna pull this off, take it off with the fans on, swap the fans over to new radiator, put it back in, pop some coolant back in there, and let her rip. Okay, so not so bad. Plugged in, hoses on. About 10 minutes to swap it out. Fill it up with some coolant and bleed the system. I always use one of these bleeders because it's guaranteed to get the air out of the system because it elevates it. I keep it filled to about here. Right now it's just pulling some down. Looks like it's about close. Just distilled water. And then I use this coolant here, which is Shell Rotella ELC. It mixes with everything, and it's like the best coolant you can buy. I don't know that really makes that much of a difference, but the reviews and the stuff that people run it in are like, they're the best for lubrication, best for rust, best for pretty much everything. So I run it in all my stuff. I'm gonna fire this thing up, put the heat on, and bleed it out. So we pressure washed the underside. Everything came out really clean, not really any leaks. There was just some grime. This thing is super clean. There's like zero rust. There's just sand from my driveway. So new radiator's in, no leaks, everything looks good. The Grand Miata has been completed. It's been a lot longer than I thought. Not because of the scope of work, but just because we've been so busy and I've been trying to squeeze this in between. But it's had quite a bit of work. Chelsea sanded down the whole car and repainted it. I replaced the door, rear bumper, and a couple other things before painting it, and it turned out really nice. She did a great job. We painted it tuxedo black, which is the color we painted the S550. It's a Ford color. It comes on, I think, Ford Flex, F-150s, and some other ones. So kind of a cool color. My favorite part about it is that it hides a lot of dirt, and it lays on really nicely, so it looks good. New tires, refinished the wheels, so they're factory silver now. They actually look brighter than the factory silver. I think it's just because I've never seen new ones. So those are done. I went a little bit taller on the sidewall of the tire to make the ride quality a little bit better. Hopefully give her a little more ground clearance because she's 84, I think now. So it's a little bit better to be able to pull up to parking bricks and other things for what she's got going on, but then still get to enjoy it. Inside, it's got 99 spec seats. The seats that were in it were leather and they were really worn out, so we found some pretty decent, reserved 99 spec seats. They look right at home in it. Nardi wood grain wheel, so it's a factory wood option, which is really nice. New cluster lights, because a bunch of the cluster lights were out, so we replaced that as well. A soft top, repaired the rear glass piece, and now it sits and fits nicely. Ton of mechanicals. We bought a high mileage one because I wanted to kind of bring it back to life. Also, Miatas are pretty easy and cheap to work on, so if she ever does need to work on it, she has mechanics up there. So what we did in the engine was a new radiator, timing belt and water pump is all done. Radiator hoses are new as well. For the engine itself, we did new plugs, the wires were good, coil packs were good, obviously oil change, we used Pennzoil 540 in the motor, PCV valve, air filter, new brake fluid and bled all the brakes, new cam sensor and new crank sensor, new belts, basically anything that was aged. Like if it looked like it needed to be replaced, we just replaced it. When we got done with all that, the rear main leaked. So pulled the transmission out, got a free inspection of the clutch while we were in there. That was good. Fixed the rear main seal, did all that, got everything tidied up, and I drove it yesterday about 100 miles and seems really good. AC's cold, drives nice, and all we got left is an alignment. Then we're gonna stick it on the trailer and bring it up to her and surprise her with it. We're here. We're gonna drop off this car. I don't know how surprised she's gonna be. She has no idea. Chelsea's gonna go park it. We're gonna go knock on the door and we're gonna give this car to her. See how she vibes with it. I don't know, I have no idea how she's gonna react. Hello, hello. I got a surprise for you.
What's my surprise?
I got a surprise. We brought you a Miata.
What do you mean?
I got you a Miata. You wanted another Miata? That one.
No, but now I don't have the money to pay for a Miata.
It's fine for you.
Surprise.
Surprise.
Oh, God.
Well, you said you were tired of dealing with the Mini Cooper and nobody would fix it. Everybody can fix a Miata.
Let's possess the Mini Cooper.
Yes, we got a little bit newer one, so it's a 03. Chelsea painted it.
Did you really?
Yes, I did.
New paint. We got it from Florida, so it's super nice underneath and clean.
God, I gotta owe you the money and pay you for
You're
it.
fine. No, it's good.
Oh.
I got it for nothing. It was really cheap, so don't worry. So we put this like wood grain steering wheel in there to like kind of go the Triumph style wheel.
Why'd you do that?
I just wanted you to have a nice car.
Yeah.
I feel like at some point you probably helped me buy a car, so I'm just returning the favor. And then you gave me the red Miata, and I have that. And it was, I ruined it and souped it up so much that I couldn't give it back to you. So we got you this one.
So how do I do that? How do I?
And it's got a newer top on it, so you'll be good with that for a while. With the glass rear window too. So.
You see that one all scotched?
I did, I saw it. It's like the same car though, black and silver. It matches well. But you said you want another Miata, so I was like, oh, we gotta find her one. So for the last like 2 months, we've been kind of getting it ready for you.
Beautiful.
Hope you enjoy it.
I will, I will. Oh.